History, as we know it, is a constantly evolving narrative. It's often rewritten, reinterpreted, and reshaped by new discoveries that challenge our preconceived notions of the past. But sometimes, just sometimes, a claim emerges from the shadows that shakes the very foundation of what we think we know, threatening to crumble the established historical bedrock. The YouTube video, provocatively titled, "Iran Opens the Vaults, Black Israelites Were the First Chosen People," makes such a claim, a bold assertion that challenges conventional understandings. It goes on to suggest that within the depths of Iranian archives, hidden amongst countless historical documents, lies irrefutable proof that the original Israelites, the people central to the narratives of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, were, in fact, Black Africans. It alleges this truth, if it is indeed a truth, has been deliberately hidden, suppressed, and obscured for centuries, kept from the public eye. The video further claims that Iranian scholars, breaking with tradition, are now stepping forward to reveal this groundbreaking evidence that could potentially upend our entire understanding of biblical history and rewrite the accepted narrative. The video positions itself as a messenger of suppressed history, a herald of a long-concealed truth finally brought to light. It urges viewers to question mainstream narratives, to challenge the established historical accounts they've always known, and to consider a direct African connection to the ancient Israelites, a link that has been, according to the video, intentionally ignored or downplayed. For many, especially those seeking overlooked African histories and reclaiming their heritage, this is a powerful and deeply personal proposition, resonating with their own experiences and aspirations. The video taps into a deep desire for belonging, for identity, and for a sense of historical significance, promising to restore a lost heritage, to reconnect individuals with a forgotten past. But as with any extraordinary claim, particularly one that challenges established historical and religious beliefs, it demands a critical and careful examination, a rigorous analysis of the evidence presented, and a healthy dose of skepticism. The video builds its case on artifacts and alleged ancient texts newly revealed by Iranian scholars. It highlights carvings and pottery depicting figures with Black African features, arguing these images are proof of the Israelites' true identity. The video hints at ancient manuscripts describing Israelites as black-skinned, supposedly preserved in Iranian vaults, away from Western influence. Iran's distance from Western academia is used to bolster the claim's credibility, suggesting these findings are untainted by outside agendas. The narrative weaves together visual evidence, secret texts, and the mystique of hidden vaults to create a sense of authenticity. But the story relies on implication and spectacle, not on transparent, verifiable scholarship. The video's real power lies not just in the information it presents, but in its overall presentation and how it resonates with the audience. It's about crafting an experience, dramatic visuals, carefully composed to evoke a sense of grandeur and mystery, somber music, building tension and underscoring the emotional weight of the claims, an emotionally charged narration, delivered with conviction and gravitas, create an atmosphere of revelation and urgency, compelling viewers to pay close attention. The slow pans, allowing the eye to linger on details and close-ups of artifacts, highlighting their beauty and historical significance, invite viewers to see themselves in the story, to connect with the past on a personal level, while the narration speaks of stolen legacies and hidden truths, adding a layer of intrigue and injustice. This cinematic approach transforms speculation into a compelling narrative, blurring the lines between fact and fiction, making the claims feel both personal and monumental, as if the fate of history itself hangs in the balance. The structure follows a classic mystery, a tried-and-true method of captivating an audience, posing a question, then promising a dramatic answer, creating a sense of anticipation and excitement. By focusing on emotion, on the human element of the story and identity, on the deep-seated connections people have to their heritage, the video forges a strong connection with viewers, tapping into their sense of belonging and cultural pride, often overshadowing the lack of concrete sourcing, as emotional resonance takes precedence over factual accuracy. It's a masterclass in persuasive storytelling, skillfully manipulating emotions and perceptions, but not necessarily in historical proof, prioritizing emotional impact over rigorous verification. The video's appeal is rooted in its affirmation of identity and its promise of hidden knowledge. For many in the Black diaspora, it offers a sense of historical validation and belonging long denied by mainstream narratives. The allure of secret archives and suppressed truths taps into a fascination with conspiracy and the idea of being in the know. It also caters to those seeking alternatives to traditional history, presenting a fresh, revolutionary perspective. The narrative provides not just a claim, but a sense of justice and reclamation for marginalized communities. This blend of identity, mystery, and alternative knowledge makes the story deeply attractive. But its emotional resonance does not substitute for rigorous evidence. Despite its compelling story, the video lacks academic rigor and transparency. No peer-reviewed evidence is presented, and the origins of the artifacts and texts remain vague and unverified. The Iranian scholars behind these claims are unnamed, making it impossible to assess their credibility or research. In genuine scholarship, evidence is scrutinized, sources are cited, and experts are accountable. The video's anonymity and lack of verifiable data are major red flags, undermining its credibility. Revolutionary claims require extraordinary proof, not just dramatic presentation. Without named scholars or published research, the story remains unsubstantiated. Iran opens the vaults. This headline suggests a significant unveiling of historical information, potentially reshaping our understanding of the past. Is a powerful narrative, especially in today's world where diverse perspectives are increasingly valued, that resonates with those seeking a more inclusive history, one that reflects the contributions and experiences of all people, not just a select few. It speaks to a desire for a more complete and truthful account of our shared human story. It highlights real frustrations with Eurocentric accounts, which have often dominated historical narratives, marginalizing other cultures and perspectives, and the desire for a broader, more representative past, a past that acknowledges the richness and complexity of human civilization across the globe. But we must distinguish between inspiring stories, which can ignite our imagination and connect us to the past on an emotional level, and verifiable history, which is based on evidence, rigorous analysis, and critical evaluation. The video's claims lack the peer-reviewed evidence, the kind of scrutiny and validation that is essential for establishing historical accuracy, and scholarly transparency, the open sharing of data, methods, and interpretations that allows other researchers to assess the validity of the findings, required for acceptance in the academic community, where knowledge is built collectively through rigorous debate and critical assessment. Serious exploration of African and Middle Eastern connections is ongoing, with dedicated scholars working to uncover and interpret the rich history of these regions, but must be grounded in rigorous research, employing established methodologies and adhering to the principles of evidence-based analysis. We should approach such claims with open curiosity, willing to consider new perspectives and challenge existing assumptions, but also with critical thinking, questioning the sources, evaluating the evidence, and considering alternative interpretations. And a demand for evidence, concrete proof that supports the claims being made, rather than relying on speculation or conjecture. Our understanding of history deserves both inspiration, the spark that ignites our passion for learning about the past, and accuracy, the commitment to presenting the past as faithfully and truthfully as possible, based on the best available evidence. Let's continue the search for our roots, exploring our individual and collective past with enthusiasm and a thirst for knowledge, using the best tools of inquiry we have, ensuring that our understanding of history is both inspiring and grounded in verifiable truth.